Hello.
Hey, Liz.
Hey.
Hello.
Hi. Hi.
Hello.
We still have
Hi,
people
Julius.
coming through.
Hello.
So,
Hi, everybody.
Okay, so looks like we are on the roll, guys. Thank you everybody so much for joining today. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and for some of us, very late evening. Very welcome. My name is Parul Madan. I'm Managing Director of Quake Europe and Program Director of this 5G Immersive Media Accelerator program. And I'd like to thank all of you for tuning into our all digital midterm demo day. Now, why are we doing this? Why are we here? Well, the hope is to gain from this that, as we call the digital midterm demo, for us here at Quake Europe, the answer is and can only be that this is for our founders, as we put our founders first. At Quake, we believe that the true measure of people's strength is how they rise to master the moments like these, and they are working tirelessly for last few months to come through to this situation as an act of situational defiance at the time of social distancing today. And we like to celebrate the work of others here and everywhere else in the world and renew our commitment to the entrepreneurial spirit. And we wouldn't have been here today without the steadfast support from our median group at RTL. I'd like to thank Alex, Rebecca, Martin, Philip, Daniel, Tim, Tiana, and many more of the mentors who have been the guiding force for everything. And what have you guys done together with us? It's a shining example of 5G program in partnership with Quake in action. And lastly, and certainly, and not the least, without any further ado, it's my honor to pass the founder, partner, and the guiding force of Quake Capital, Glenn Ardenbite. Glenn, take it away.
can you hear him?
Glenn, we cannot hear you right now.
Make sure I'm mute.
Never fails. Never
There you
fails.
go.
Thank you. Thank you. As Pearl said, my name is Glenn Argenbright. I'm the founding partner and general partner here at Quake Capital. We began making investments back in 2017. We've been on a high-speed journey pretty much ever since. We're now on our third fund. We've worked with about 175 early-stage startups over that time, working with over about 350 founders in that same period and delivering some of the best metrics in all of venture. In fact, Forbes ranked us as one of the top 10 lead investors and one of the top 10 seed investors in the industry. But we couldn't have done any of that at all without amazing partners, mentors, advisors. And in that respect, and particularly with regard to this program, we've been blessed. And I've been asked to thank a lot of folks. I don't really have time to thank everyone, but I would like to single out some of our partners. Obviously, Deutsche Telekom, their innovation through Mobile Edge X, they're going to change the face of the world. They're going to transform the world through 5G and the way we all connect and communicate. And their leadership on this program, without them, none of this would have happened. Same can be said for Hubram, who's really kind of our partner in crime. They're probably the one partner we have who really understands working with early stage teams and startups and acceleration and some of the chaos that we call everyday life. So really, again, couldn't have been here without them. RTL Group, their background and understanding of both media and content development in Europe and across the world. That's such a big part of what this program is about. Again, many, many thanks there. SK Gaming, who I'm a fan of on multiple fronts, by the way, with their background in gaming and esports. I'm following your team in the League of Legends European Championship, so please do well this weekend. But they're great for us as well. Deloitte, with their background in business law and finance. Again, you can't do these kinds of programs with a lot of experts. The state of NRW in North Rhine-Westphalia. That's kind of where this all started. Priscilla had conversations early on and started to understand the region and the big players in the region and how we could bring something together. But I'd also like to single out our founders, our amazing founders, amazing teams. This has not been an easy project. It's actually quite amazing it came together as it did. You know, you're talking about, first of all, these are some of the best teams we've ever had. period. And that's saying something, because we only take on half of 1% of what we look at usually. These teams have probably 5 times easier odds of getting into Harvard or Oxford or Sorbonne or Cologne or whatever it might be, any school in the world. But in this case, it was even more daunting because they had to get through a gauntlet that included us and RTL and Deutsche Telekom. And so that's, as you all know, as people involved in this program, this has not been easy in that regard. But then also they're functioning in a virtual environment, which was new for all of us, every one of us on this call. And to do this completely remotely and completely virtually, building use cases in under 2 months in the middle of a pandemic, that would be, that's just an unparalleled achievement. Probably only, I mean, I don't know of anybody doing anything like that anywhere in the world. So we can all be proud of that. And I'm certainly proud of these founders. Finally, I'd like to thank our team just real quick. Priscilla, my partner in crime here in the States, you brought this all together from an initial crazy conversation we had to me thinking you were nuts to me getting on board and us just having a ball. Perul, Mikkel, Ria, Gautam, this never would happen. Well, you guys are the backbone, particularly Perul. You've just carried a lot of weight here, backbone of the program, working with everybody to keep everything on track. And Kai Bueller, who also was with Priscilla in some of those early conversations, explaining to me why this wasn't nuts. Your advice and support as a member of both NRW and as a professor at Cologne, University of Cologne, really helped to shape kind of the strategic vision and the final outcome. Without all of you, everybody on this call, none of this happens. So thank you all. Good luck today. I think it's going to be a heck of a day. And thanks for letting me be a small part of it. With that, let me turn it back to Perul.
Thank you, Glenn. Thanks for being today here and again supporting us. I would not take a lot of time. I'll hand it over to Alex Krapper from Hoop Brown.
Sure. Thank you, everybody. First of all, thank you for 10 very extraordinary weeks under very extraordinary conditions. And as you know, we originally planned to have you over in Germany, all of you, at this exact time to deploy on our 5G infrastructure. Yeah, and then of course situation changed, and we had to come up with this virtual setup. And I'm really happy that also from a Hoop Brown side, it's the first time that we've been doing that we managed so well to create very tangible and good results in the virtual setup for, and this is the twist, a local infrastructure. 5G and the network is a local infrastructure. And it's amazing how far we've come under these conditions. Yet, having said that, you know, we are all looking forward to bring you over for the final demo day over here to the Cologne and Rhine region. Yeah. Yet, let me also emphasize that this meeting is not the end. It is a milestone in between. Yeah, it's a midterm demo day. For us, a very important, let's say, checkpoint where we want to make sure that you, as the startups primarily, have a chance to get everybody excited of what you have done together with our mentor a couple of weeks. Reason from the telecom side, next to Germany, who you have been closely working with in the last couple of months, we invited representatives from 5 other markets, yeah, of the telecom footprint that will have to tell a 5G story in the next couple of months and years to come. Yeah, so this is really your chance today to create excitement for what you do. And for us, this will be the starting point of a, let's say, slightly new phase where we will dive into discussions with you to assess commercial opportunities in the next couple of weeks and months to come. Yeah. Again said, you know, no carte blanche for everybody. You know, the it's it's still open, but I think we really understood each other in the last 10 weeks, and this serves as a very, very good baseline to start into that new phase as well. Yeah. So let me conclude, to all of our NatGos and telecom people who are seeing the startups and founders today for the first time, please make use of the time for Q&A, shoot questions at them, but also rest assured, if your questions are not answered today, we will follow up with you to collect feedback after these sessions and then make sure to connect you with the startup directly in the next weeks to come. Good luck to everybody. I'm thrilled to today's presentations. Very much looking forward to it. And as said, I still have my hopes up to meet all of you personally for the final demo day over here in Cologne. So back to Parul. Again, thanks everybody what you've done is extraordinary, and the stage is yours.
Thank you, Alex. Thank you so much for all the good words and encouraging words, and I'm sure we will make it to Cologne. With that, I'd like to invite Philip to share some impulse from his side.
Yeah, thank you, Parul. I'm really excited now after the first introductions, and I would just like to say very briefly that we at the Media Group are really impressed by the energy and the many good solutions that the startups bring with them and continue to develop, and also the energy of Quake. And as we will see shortly, there are also some very promising approaches for use cases with our brands and formats. And to be honest, we didn't have much to do with 5G and technology in the past. We are really focused on content. So it's also a very interesting, exciting, and good learning journey for our company to collaborate with all of you. And yeah, we are also very much looking forward to successfully implementing the use cases, and are looking forward to the next few weeks until demo day. So as you said a few minutes ago, it's for the founders. I don't want to steal much time. Let the show begin.
Thank you, Philip. So with that, I'd like to invite our very first startup, TaxSpace, from all the way Sydney. Unmute yourself, Paul.
Hey, everybody. Lovely to meet you all here. I was going to flip to a screen so that I can share the things. Good. It's lovely to see you all here. And I'm going to start by talking about maps. That's right, maps. They're enormously helpful. They let you get from A to B and find new places along the way. Maps are awesome, except when they're not. Can you think about all of the times when even Google Maps hasn't helped us? For example, in the good old days of last year when you could be at a music festival or a business conference, but were lost and couldn't find your friends, the exit, or the location of your next meeting. Or in these current times when you're trying to visualize hotspots for an invisible virus, or exactly what does 10 feet of social distancing look like? But picture this instead. You hold up your phone and through the camera view, the power of augmented reality lets you instantly find all the places you need to go. And what's more, you find live information such as who's playing on the stage right in front of you, or transit timetables, or highly localized news content displayed right in front of your eyes. Or even visualize the invisible, such as coronavirus risk areas, by displaying them as an augmented heat map. These are the experiences dozens of companies around the world are already enjoying thanks to their friends TagSpace. I'm Paul Martin, TagSpace's CEO and founder, and our B2B platform allows companies to create location-based experiences just like these in less than 1 hour, and no code is required. Here's how it works. Users start by logging into our creation portal and dropping pins onto a map for each location where they want content to be viewed. For each pin, they upload images, videos, can choose 3D animated content, and then they add descriptive text for that location. Once they're done, they receive a publishing URL, which is all they need to integrate into their existing app or distribute via their usual marketing channels. End users then gain access via our app plugin, which is called Discover, and it's white label branded for our customers. They enjoy the experience through an augmented camera view, and they can then capture and share their favorite AR moments straight to social media.
Paul, do you want to share your screen? Sorry, we don't see your screen.
Well, that's embarrassing.
Here we go.
I will flip very, very quickly. I won't start again from the start.
Hey, yeah, let's let you back up, please.
No, we're all good. There you go. Is that better?
That's perfect. We see
Yes. Round two. Okay, I'm just going to flip back through here. So here's the augmented heat map. And now I can show you how it works. So users log into our platform. They drop and drop pins onto a map for each location where they want content to be viewed. And for each pin, they upload the images, the videos, 3D animations, and descriptive text for that location. And then after they're done, they receive a publishing URL, which is all that's needed to integrate into their existing app or distribute via usual marketing channels. End users then gain access via our app plugin, which is called Discover, and it's white label branded for their customers. They enjoy the experience through an augmented camera view, and then they can capture and share their experiences and their favorite moments straight to social media. And as you can see, it even works incredibly well at nighttime. TagSpace is like Squarespace, but it's for augmented reality. So the TagSpace opportunity, it begins with big media, a $2.2 trillion industry that are experiencing challenges trying to move away from traditional business models, as well as capture and retain a younger audience who are mobile first and do not watch TV. Generation Z has an 8-second attention span. That's 50% shorter than for us Gen Xers, which means media needs to shift away from traditional long-form content. This is why our platform is the perfect marketplace with Gen Z as well as consumers. Because on one side, we give media companies the tools to take their existing content, then revisualize it as bite-sized chunks that behave like hundreds of virtual TV screens scattered throughout the world. And then on the other side, end users enjoy navigation, information, and entertainment that is displayed as walking tours and scavenger hunts. We essentially connect people with each other, the cities in which they live, and the brands that they love. And corporations also love the fact that, unlike TV, our AR experiences promote well-being by getting people out of the house into the outdoors and in a way that promotes safe and spatial distancing. So this is why we're so excited to have been chosen for this 5G consumer program. It's given us the opportunity to work with Deutsche Telekom to help them with their 5G value proposition, delivering experiences that have never been seen before to their 184 million mobile customers, as well as offering them engagement and advertising channels for their sponsorship partners at music festivals, stadiums, and theme parks, all using our brand new first-in-the-world technology that can only be delivered over 5G. 5G's high bandwidth and low latency features will allow us to do at least two things better. One is deliver more and higher quality content that we've been able to achieve in the past, such as multiple concurrent streaming video sources broadcast straight to our AR tags. And secondly, improving the merging of the virtual world with the physical world. For example, detecting the ground below us and the walls of buildings around cities, which will allow us to accurately place virtual objects and shadows, as well as hide graphics that are behind walls. We're currently developing these features in collaboration with the Mobile Edge X team, and you'll see examples of these very shortly when I show you our demo video. But hey, what's a content delivery platform without content? And so that's why we're so fortunate to be working with our new friends at RTL Media Group. We're helping them deliver their content to Generation Z through a pilot that begins with their NTV channel and will ultimately showcase content from 60 channels around Europe. And the timing is now. Since COVID has impacted content pipelines for media companies all around the world, we're now able to give RTL the ability to repackage their existing content as fresh, immersive experiences. The user experience is like an interactive multimedia magazine with pages scattered throughout their city. And then each page is like a virtual TV screen that displays media to be viewed at that location or can be saved to watch later. Examples are regional and financial news for NTV, local weather forecast for vetter.de, city fashion and gossip for vip.de, and recipes for koshbar.de, which could be presented outside supermarkets such as Rewe, where ingredients could be purchased. And finally, we have new friends and content partners in FC Cologne. We'll be helping them direct fans from train stations to merchandise stores, food and beverage kiosks, and then finally to their seats at the stadium. And then after the match, our tags will guide them right back to their cars. The Tagspace platform promises content forever, whenever, and wherever. Our tools allow content to be deployed instantaneously into any location in the world. And after this program, we hope to work with RTL and Telecom to integrate directly with their existing automated content pipeline. This means that as soon as they push new content to their existing apps and websites, consumers will also gain access to that same content, but this time in the form of our AR experiences all around their cities. This process is then trivial for us to replicate for any content provider and any city in the world. And Tagspace also provides the tools to optimize content for engagement. We can visualize heat maps for pedestrian traffic, as well as show engagement metrics for each place of content at each location. Using the tools makes it easy to tweak content to maximize conversion rates for click-through advertising. For example, think of an AR discount coupon outside a telecom flagship store, which can drive traffic into that store, even if it's deep within a large shopping center. Our business model is predominantly SaaS, but with a twist. In addition to a monthly licensing fee, we take 20% commission for advertisements that are placed within the platform. On the back of this terrific 5G consumer program, our growth begins in Germany with RTL Media and Deutsche Telekom, where we're currently focused on city experiences powered by media. But we're also about to power augmented reality for smart cities and have several deals in the progress for a total $200,000 in ARR. And from there, we have partners and relationships that will give us access to content and customers all around the world. And then once public meeting spaces and big events start to open up again, we have plenty of businesses to help in stadiums, sports clubs, theme parks, music festivals, and conferences where we already have repeat customers. As well as scaling our commercial activity, we've opened a €1 million cap raise, which is currently 20% full. I'm happy to say we're getting significant investor interest based on our current use cases and collaborations that we're forging through this 5G program. We've already shown traction in Europe over the last year and are in process of setting up our new EU division. The next phase of our business will be focused on sales growth, where we have a strategy to hit $100,000 in MRR within 18 months, and that'll put us in good stead for a Series A raise. Our achievements to date are testament to the experience of our incredible team. We've been together over 4 years and are all former video game developers from the world's largest companies, including Sony and Microsoft, which means we're also experts in AAA consumer experiences. And we're not just techies, we're all serial entrepreneurs with multiple exits between us, including mine, a video games technology company that generated over 100 million in revenue. All of our technology was built from scratch for the best possible performance and means we have no third-party license considerations. It's 100% proprietary and backed by 4 patents. Our platform was built to scale massively from day one, and its architecture has been endorsed by Amazon Web Services. We've been tried and tested around the world in cities and at music festivals with over 10,000 concurrent users and in 47 countries, including Portugal, where we powered the first ever AR experience for Web Summit last year. And so finally, it's my pleasure to welcome you to the future of content delivery and the new way that we will consume media, powered by Tagspace AR and Deutsche Telekom 5G.
They flicker and spin. Radio and beat. We are sitting live in the landscape. Do you hear us? Dancing, colliding, happening, silence,
just watched is a recording of the world's first AR augmented reality experience that was captured this week on a Samsung Galaxy S10 over the 5G network of Deutsche Telekom. And that phone was provided courtesy of our friends at Hoop Realm, so thank you for that. This AR media tour of Cologne is currently private, but will be available to the public to enjoy around Cologne after demo day via an integration with the NTV consumer app. So, hey, thanks for listening, and I'll happily answer any questions that you might have.
Thank you, Paul. So the floor is open to the audience. Please feel free to ask any questions that you may have.
Oh, you're not going to let me off that lightly, everybody.
Hi, Paul. This is Alex speaking. It's a great presentation and a great implementation that you just showed. So congratulations for it. My question is, what happens if you kind of go to an area where there is, let's say, a weaker 5G coverage and you bounce back to LTE? How does the experience change on the user side?
Good question. So essentially, some of these streaming features will essentially just revert to a thumbnail view, and the video on demand will also revert to thumbnail view if the bandwidth isn't big enough to support it. But we essentially try wherever possible to be able to stream, and we're able to detect low bandwidth scenarios. And so we're actually used to performing in extremely low bandwidth areas because we've already been activating for dozens of events and music festivals around the world. So we're used to operating in those environments, and so we can fall back to some slightly lower fidelity experiences.
Okay, so what you're saying is that there is a clear differentiated experience for a user, whether he's in an LTE network or in a 5G network.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So for example, if it's video on demand, we can cache a local copy if the user's already been there before, and then they'll enjoy a relatively good experience. But for live broadcast streaming media, if they don't have the bandwidth, they'll just see stuttering within that AR tag view. The tags themselves will move pretty smoothly, but they won't see the video as smoothly as they might have. In terms of the accurate positioning that we offer, they won't enjoy any of that experience, which means tags will X-ray through walls and they won't get accurate ground positioning. Also, when it comes to 3D content as well, they won't enjoy a mass synchronized event, which is what we were able to offer over 5G because we'll offer that shared topology services.
Thank you so much. I love it. I think it's a great and clear differentiator between an LTE and a 5G network, and you visualize that very, very nicely and integrated it into a very compelling product. So thanks from my side.
Thanks, Alex.
We have another question.
Yeah, just a quick one. This is Kai. Paul, congratulations. Great presentation.
Okay.
You know, very smart of integrating there with the partners of the cohort. That's great. Just had a quick question on the business model. Has that been validated already? Have you guys some proof points on that already?
Yeah, it has. Yeah, so we've validated the business model with music festivals, and then the first example with revenue sharing has been with our partners at Fever. They're operating around Europe. So we've just seen the first examples of that with the pilot that we did in Portugal last year. So we essentially revisualized a bunch of their existing city experience content as our AR tags, turned it into a walking tour, and then customers could walk up to each of those tags and find themselves a deal as part of that tour. Click on it, and then we take the commission on the conversion point.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Pleasure.
Thank you, Paul. Thank you so much for joining us this late. I know it's very late now, so thank you so much for this presentation and sharing the demo with us. With that, I'd like to invite you to get into your dancing shoes and welcome Rich from Dance Fight.
All right, thank you so much, Parul. And I before I talk about Dance Fight at all, I just want to say, you know, we've been very lucky to get to know the entrepreneurs, the colleagues in this accelerator program. And Paul, I just couldn't hold you in higher esteem. I am so excited about what you're doing and how you're going after it. So great to be doing this with you. I also will just make this comment really quickly too, which is I've never seen so many of my fellow entrepreneurs in collared shirts looking so well groomed. We do these Zoom sessions regularly with Quake, and let me tell you, we get down in the trenches. So everyone's looking great today. I am Rich Sloan, and I've put my email in my frame there in case anyone wants to reach out. Also in this matrix of awesome people is Ryan Jordan. He's my co-founder and partner in Dance Fight, and he and I will both be available to you in the Q&A. So I'm gonna jump right in here and share my screen. Let's see. Share my desktop. There you all are. And I'm gonna turn on the presentation. So hopefully you are now all lit by the vibrant Gen Z colors of Dance Fight. And our presentation is gonna focus a little bit more on stirring your imaginations and the possibilities together, maybe a little bit less on what would conventionally be a venture capital style pitch. Our basic thesis here is this: Gen Z is not sitting in that living room watching the TV for the most part anymore. They are in the other room looking at their devices, playing on TikTok, doing their Instagram, maybe doing some esports and gaming. And so there is no tailor-made competition platform in the medium of their choice, which is mobile. And that's exactly where we are headed with Dance Fight. So you can see here a representation of our feed. And I just want to call out, this is available in the US App Store only right now. And if you want to get a little bit of a feel for what we're doing, go to dancefightapp.com. You can sign up so that when we release the Android version, and of course, when we release to Germany and the other European markets, you'll be the first to know. We did release in the US App Store, as I mentioned, and we already have been featured in their Apps We Love carousel. Pretty cool for a brand new app. This just happened. And the basic experience on 4G LTE today is, as represented from our App Store listing here, you record yourself dancing, you challenge someone else to dance to the same clip of music, and the crowd votes on their favorite. There are leaderboards, as shown here. You've got a profile with your whole catalog of dance fights. People can follow you and challenge you within the experience. So you, of course, are aware of TikTok. You're aware of Instagram. You're aware of Snapchat. We're different. We are a competition-centric platform. Everything about our experience kind of brings the gamified and social universe together in a competition platform. And what that enables us to do is to engage that otherwise passive 90% of viewers and upgrade them into voters who are actively determining outcomes. We also have a natural behavior where our users and creators are promoters. When I create a dance fight, I send challenges to other people. I want other people to vote me up the leaderboards, and it's already showing. So when Instagrammers, for example, learn about us through our social ads, 80% of them who come over to our platform finish the registration and become active members. 42% of them create or join a challenge. And at day 28, we've retained nearly 30% of them. And they're promoting our app and doing our marketing for us. So they're sending 3 challenges out for every dance fight created. That is as you can think about it, a compounding viral opportunity for us as we begin to throw more resources at our marketing initiatives. And these challenges, by the way, are being sent within the platform, but also off platform to the other social channels and directly via SMS. Got some amazing partnerships. All the major record labels are on board with us. Throughout the United States, we have deep connections and investors in the dance universe, including the TV show So You Think You Can Dance, which now is bumping to next season due to COVID-related things. We're so excited to be in league with Deutsche Telekom and the RTL Group, cultivating opportunities together. We'll talk more about that. Snapchat is surging forward to become our most strategic and active partner, where we're exchanging technology, reducing friction between the platforms, and creating unique content that will live on the Snapchat platform and create tons of awareness and exposure for us. Similarly, with iHeartRadio, we have a huge relationship with them where they're contributing significant awareness via inventory and campaigns they are putting on their network of radio stations and digital platforms. And then artists are being brought in by the record labels. Jason Derulo, Pitbull. Pitbull is actually a founding stake in the company. Kygo, BB Rexa, Marshmello, and other big names are all coming into the platform for promotions. So really what this is about is what can we do on the 5G network? And let me tell you, we are going to do something really exciting. So here we go.
I just want to dance. Wanna dance. You're a DJ. Like I know it. Cause I own it. Like I know it. Cause I own it. This year I done made a lot. There's so many cars, I'ma need a lot. I've been going and don't wanna stop. I've been going and I don't wanna stop. These hoes wanna be like me, like me, like me. These hoes wanna be like me, like me, like me. I didn't need the coupe, I paid them for this here car. Heavily in Fairfax, if you down in love. Getting John and Vinny's one pussy, they spicy sauce. Paparazzi on me cause they know that I'm a star. This city sitting extra pretty in that bra. Now she said he grinding, I ain't never.
That song you were hearing, everyone, was brought to us by Jay-Z's group, Rock Nation. It's an emerging artist with about 3 million followers on Instagram. Her name is Tanasha. You should keep an eye out on her. Her dance fight on our platform is definitely hot right now. So what we are showing you, we are going to do on 5G is go live dance fighting. So basically, just to quickly go back through that, you'll be able to identify dance fights that you want to enter. You'll enter into a lobby. You'll find challengers in that lobby. You'll get into the kind of the staging to go live, tap ready. And from there, your dance fight goes live as indicated here. You will be able to see the other dancer on your screen so you can try to outdo them. People will be giving you accolades real time. And toward the end of that, a winner will be announced and you will be taken to the next dance fight opportunity. So we're really excited about going there. We're going to deliver that prototype in the fourth quarter at the Ultimate Demo Day. And then we'll be commercial with Dance Fight Live in Q1 of the coming year. So that's really exciting for us. And of course, we'll be in Europe with all of our license rights, music rights, and so on in the fourth quarter of this year. We've got ideas that we want to pursue and cultivate, and some of them are already in the works. So one idea for RTL, the RTL Donation Marathon Celebrity Dance Fight Tournament for this holiday season. We can be used as an audition tool for your TV-based reality competition programming. It can be a mobile platform to deepen engagement with the audience in those programs. We can create original programming, and we are working with Warner Brothers Unscripted, for example, here in the US on concepts like that. There can be company team building promotions where you can use the app. And for Deutsche Telekom, we have a vision for the All Europe 5G Step Up Live Dance Tournament, bringing everyone together in a live dance tournament that just creates incredible excitement and exhilaration and engagement and opportunities for activation. Dance Fight game points as a concept to be exchanged for real world Deutsche Telekom rewards. Company team building, as we mentioned with RTL. We can create really high sizzle content for your 5G subscription and phone purchases. Multi-brand sponsorships where we bring in complementary brands. It could be a car company matched with you on the platform. And then we want to talk about some really cool ideas we have that are kind of out there in the remaining 30 seconds or so here. Here's one for you. Custom branded 5G enabled phones. Hey Gen Z, be you boldly. Preloaded with the Dance Fight app. And another great example of ideas that we are exploring is shopping the videos that you're seeing enabled by 5G. So let me show you really quickly how this would work. This is just a real early prototype, but you can see here If I like this dancer on the right, I can tap on that dancer inside the experience. You can roll over and select the shirt or the pants. You can get a little blurb on it, and you can go directly to Amazon to make a purchase. And this will be enabled without any latency by the 5G network. So that is rapid fire, a presentation of Dance Fight. Happy to field any questions.
Thank you, Rich. That was amazing.
Parul, I saw you moving there. I saw you moving in your chair a little.
I'm standing, actually, I'm dancing.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Right, so questions, comments, feedback? All right, perfect pitch.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. So looks like we've been stuck at home, and those of you who have been missing the traveling and the summer break, here we have Albert, who's going to present 360 stories and cover up on the nostalgia of traveling.
Hello everyone. Thank you very much. I want to thank also from my side all of the Quake and the Hubram team, helping all of the mentors like Terry. Like it was like super interesting to go all of this 10 weeks or 11 weeks. Basically, let me start my screen sharing and we go from there. Myself, I'm Albert, locked in New York City, but coming from all the way New York and Armenia, and my team, Bahag, is there, supporting me there. Okay, so who we are and what we're doing. Actually, like we are in a VR AR for 6 years, have been doing a huge project. I'll tell a little bit about the team after this. But basically what we're into is like a 360 Stories is a next level of travel. So it's a platform for interactive live tours using a local guides in a virtual and on the side, like with 5G. So basically what we're really into is that we want to redesign how the things are going with a touring. And also, like in this presentation, I want to very much focus on the story of the product, but also a story of the business, because I believe there's a huge opportunity here. Okay, so basically, if I could like make sure that you will remember one thing from my presentation, it would be like that this tours and activities sector that is like a $255 billion in 2019 is going to be digitalized next. And because of the COVID and all the situation, it is going to be digitalized faster. So what is happening right now with the COVID, we cannot go anywhere, we cannot go any events or meet any people, but we still go location, like a local travel. So basically whatever happening right now, we can, drive from Berlin to Hamburg or, go to Cologne. And we want to really understand what is going on. And like a main issue right now during the COVID is that where I'm going, how it's going to look like, is it going to be safe? Can I do something like, we cannot meet people, unfortunately. We're not going to meet like a big crowd or group tours. Can I do something with locals or can I meet somewhere? And also like right now, the big deal is like a pre-visit information, like pre-travel information. And what is happening right now, the virtual live tours is really trending. So you can join into the virtual session with us. So you can go and walk in, I don't know, in a Cologne, there was a local expert showing you everything there. And then you can plan your trip for the next weekend. So basically there's so many things going on. What we are doing is like trying to focus on the solution of this. But before going to the solution, let me tell you like a little bit of traction. We started actually 3 years ago and we have done like an amazing job with our team. So basically what we have done, we started with 4 cities in Amsterdam, Prague, Barcelona, and Rio de Janeiro. And what we've done is like, okay, how much is this going to help really people? How much is practical? So anyone we showed, everybody was like, yeah, this is awesome, guys. This will work, but you will never scale this. This is super hard to scale. And we were like, okay, this is kind of a good challenge. Let's try. What we have done, we partner with great companies like Get Your Guide, TripAdvisor, and Lonely Planet. And we made sure that we can scale with local people, with a local community. So basically what it is, like it's like a 360 camera that you easily can buy, or we sometimes ship it. And we scale this to 32 destinations. So that what it is. And like for Europe, like just for in a sense that what we want to offer and partner with Deutsche Telekom, we have 15 cities like Prague, Berlin, Köln, Munich, Amsterdam, and so on and so on. And we are even going to add more cities like Warsaw, Budapest, Athens, and London. We don't have London. But basically, just for you to really understand what does it mean and what we have been building, I'll show you a really quick demo of things. Like, for example, the Get Your Guide German, the best travel company. Really quick, let me show you how it is working with them and what the product really is, what we have been doing and developing with them. So for example, this is a canal tour in Amsterdam. If you can see, this is like a stock photo they use. That normally all the internet, all the travel is really using stock photos. And this is a photo, this is like a city canal cruise. And the photo itself is really like a boat from the side. But if I want to go to like a city canal cruise, I want to see how the experience is like being on the boat, not really the experience of not really the photo of the boat from the side. So basically this is a short video teaser showing you how exactly the tour look like when you take it. So it's like a kind of all the places you go, all the things you will see, and how it is going to be good for you. So we figure out that this is like a great example of doing it. And not only for the walking tours or the cruises, but also like visiting some attractions. For example, this is an example of Rockefeller Center in New York. So again, you can see the standard photos, and I will show you which one you will see mostly. But here you can actually see how it looked like and like what the top of the rock is really look like before paying $80 per person. And before you go there, like normally you will see the photo like this. That's it. And obviously we have a lot of other partners, like for example, with Lonely Planet. As I mentioned, we have a huge content right now. In a 32 destination, we have 30,000 photos, 7,000 videos, 8,000 stories. And this is one of the example in Barcelona. This is a Park Güell from Gaudi. So again, you can see there's videos and photos. It's like a mix of the things. And you can really easily understand if you're going there with your family, like let's say 4 people, are you going to spend time in Gaudi Park? And are you going to pay 100-something euros for that? So basically, coming back to my presentation, that's what we did. We understood there's a huge need for this kind of content. We partner with these big brands, and we start building it in a massive scale. But when COVID came, we understood, okay, so for 1 year, what we're going to do, how this is going to work really. So we came up with a solution. It is a street view mixed with Google Hangouts. So we kind of meet and talk and see each other. But now we are in a virtual environment where we go and explore the places. We have like a multimedia video content, like for example, going to Trevi Fontaine, you can see really like a photo and video from the La Dolce Vita, or in a Singapore or in a Paris, you can listen some nice music from Charles Istanbul. So it's like not just sitting and watching, it's like a 1-hour experience when the local guide take you to all of the places in Rio de Janeiro or in Amsterdam, and you can, you can interact with them. So that's the kind of the key here. What we did, we go back to our community that we created and with our partners, and we asked them, would you like to come and join? And we got 500 virtual guides joined us. They created 700 tours, and they invited their customers and some other platforms that they published. And we got like a 21,000 minutes with the real customers. So the customer acquisition was for us $0. But overall, like now you will ask most probably, okay, so what would this 360 is going to change? We have been asking this question ourselves. So what we did partnership with Lonely Planet and Get Your Guide and others to measure exactly what is the conversion rate with this video. So we did A/B testing. So one was like a stock photo that you have seen was a boat from the site, and the one was a 360 video. And what turns out that the conversion with our 360 video was twice bigger. And what is good about this content, that is really easy to film. You remember, this is a camera. You don't need to know any artistic things. Like we have around 300-something community members worldwide that have this camera and going all other places and filming those experiences. And turns out creating this content is super cheap and super scalable with those partners. But of course, we were thinking, okay, so we can do this, but we don't want to be a content company. We want to be a travel company. We want to generate the leads. And that's where it comes. We believe we can build a product that will go to the customer directly and convert them even 3 times bigger with AR. And this is like a moment that we come to like how we can do it together. So in a partnership with Deutsche Telekom, we can go directly to the customer. So imagine the situation, and I will share the whole document of customer journey with you. You came to New York City. You get the message saying, hey, welcome to New York City. You leverage your 5G network, download this app, and you will have like all the 360 content on the go to select where to go, what to do. But also one additional thing. You will have your local guide who will actually guide you there, who will join you live, will see what you see on your screen, and will guide you what to do. And let me actually show you that this demo, this is early demo we really did really quick. And I am going to send you an app at the early September to test this demo in Cologne or in Berlin. So what does it mean? You select the guide, you click on the connect, and now you connect with the guide. You can see the guide right there, and guide can see you. And the guide can tell you where to stand, what to do, what is this place all about, what is the most interesting story about it. Right now it will show you like a story of the place with photos and videos and audios and even 3D models. And what you can do right there, you can explore the space with the guide. And like for me, just the real my story, I'm going to a lot of places with my wife. Most of the time we're lost. We don't know where to go. We don't know what to do. And like, this is what we can help with the local guide. We can offer you like, okay, nearby the museum, just walk inside this AR portal. You can see from inside that museum, really quick, understand 30-second video. What is it and is it worth of your time? Click on the button and book it. And this is how it looked like from the guide side. It's just that inside our website, you can easily see the participant and they see their screen. But what is the most interesting here? This can be a tour with up to 5 people. So it's not only for one person, but also like a multiple person. Like we acquire one customer, then we get like 4 more customers joining that session. So what does it mean in a sense of the money and the market? As I said, $250 billion, all full market of tours and activities. But what was interesting that last year it was 17% booked online. So this is a massive opportunity. 83% is booked offline by people just going places. What we believe, and the whole industry is agree on this, that this number is going to double next year. Once the travel comes back, less people want to go to stand in a line, or less people want to meet the new people in a cashier check place. So basically, we believe that this is a massive opportunity, but the people's behavior will not change. People will still start thinking what to do when they are in a hotel. So that's where we can help them. And who our main target is that people who use mobile AR right now daily. Turns out there's 500 million of them. And starting from Snapchat and Pokemon Go, there's a huge opportunity there to target them. So what does business model means? We make percentage or commission on each transaction. So either it is like a booking the real guide time, which is like 30%, or the booking real ticket to the museum, like a new museum in Berlin. We get the 10% on each of the transaction with our partners. So what does it mean in a sense of the whole year's transactions? We have targeted 2% of the whole online bookings that it's going to happen in 2021. And it's like we estimate 300,000 transactions in 2021, which is like only 20 bookings per day per destination. And average, we make commission $10. So what we are really offering here with the Deutsche Telekom is like to pilot Europe and where we can share the actual revenue from this $10, but also it can be a cross-promotional branding opportunity with a customer discount. So you can see here, it can be a special prize for telecom users recognized by the mobile number. And the general revenue that we estimate for 2021 would be around 3 million. So basically what the vision here is that's what we are really excited about it, is that imagine this is absolutely new category. We want to name and claim this category. We don't have a good name yet, but imagine in a future, you're having your new 5G phone coming with your N-Real glasses. Maybe next year you will buy this in a T-Mobile shop or in a Deutsche Telekom shop. And you come to New York, you will have your virtual guide always with you now in your glasses. And it goes beyond the travel. So you will have a restaurant nearby, a rooftop, or a jazz club in downtown New York or in Berlin. But that's basically what we're building. We believe this is the future. There's a huge opportunity, and we know how the business model will work for us. We are working together for 6 years. In our previous company, we created in Los Angeles, we created a huge partnership with Google, and we have been doing a huge, massive number of projects. We have done New York Times VR, Coca-Cola, United Airlines, and many, many other big brands. And we know what we have been doing, and we have been delivering this product. We have a great advisor from Google, TripAdvisor, and even Terry from Deutsche Telekom. But what we're going to do is we're going to do a small round for the 1.2, 1.5 million to scale this tech, obviously, but also like to end up like scaling the content and destinations, and obviously publishing this 5G app that would go directly to the customers. So thank you very much for listening.
Thank you, Albert. That was amazing presentation. Open for questions.
Hi, Albert, this is Alex speaking. Just a quick recap. So the 5G differentiated experience is the live guide. Did I get it right, or did I miss
It's
something?
not only live guides. So basically inside the app, you can explore this augmented reality storytelling, and you can see those AR portals already. But obviously live guides is very, very important here. So imagine you're standing near the Brandenburg Gate, and there's 5 people connecting to the network to connect to that same guide. We will need a real good low latency and then good connectivity for this. But also, like, that doesn't mean we will be only dependent on 5G. I believe like it will work absolutely with a 4G as well. There's like a little bit downgraded connectivity. But again, it's not only like the live guides, but all the content like with 3D models and storytelling is again very good for the on the destination exploration.
Thank you.
Anybody else? Okay, looks like we are good here, Albert. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
So with that, I would like to invite Team Open Sesame, who is pioneering future of social audio experiences, delivering fun and comic experiencing, which includes families and creates social connections. Take it away, guys.
Hi, everyone. My name is Julian McCree. I'm CEO of Open Sesame, and I'm just trying to get this to work. And what I'm going to talk about today is I'm going to talk about singing, specifically singing your heart out using an application that we've built called World Karaoke. I'm going to spend the next 11 minutes talking about our vision for World Karaoke within 5G. I'm then going to talk about how we've tested that and understood the German market in audience testing and technical testing. And finally, I'm going to show you how we could launch this in the German market through marketing and commercial strategy. So let's start. So our 5G vision outside of World Karaoke is to increase the social connection in the new normal. This is something that we desperately need today when we have a lack of physical contact. Now, the way that we're applying that in this first product that we're about to show you is called World Karaoke. World Karaoke is a voice-first entertainment experience where you sing your heart out and connect to people all around the world between performers and listeners. Specifically, the 5G use case that we're doing within World Karaoke is around duetting. And so we're increasing social connection in the new normal by connecting performers to listeners in real time. So what I'm about to show you is an example of that. In this scenario, someone comes in to hear Lauren sing Bohemian Rhapsody. She loves Lauren so much. Sorry, I'm just gonna have to, I'm just waiting for it. So I'm just gonna stop sharing, make this a little bigger. Sorry. So she's gonna come in, and the person's gonna come in and want to join Lauren singing. And so you're about to see what happens.
I see a little silhouette of a man. Scaramouche, Scaramouche, will you do the fandango? Thunderbolt and lightning, very, very frightening. Galileo, join in.
Duet. Ready? In 3,
I'm just
2,
a poor boy,
1.
nobody loves
Sing
me.
now.
Just a poor boy from a poor family, spared and safe from this monstrosity.
New singer.
Easy come, easy go, will you let me go?
We will not let you go. Let him go. We will not let you go. Let him go. We will not let you go. Let me go. Let me go. New singer. No, 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 no. Mamma mia, mamma mia. Mamma mia, let me go. The air's the proof as the devil put aside for me. For me. For me. Out of space.
So it's kind of fun, right? What you saw in what I just showed you was 4 people coming together, singing Bohemian Rhapsody together in real time over 5G, something that can only be done because of the low latency associated with this network. You'll see 2 really key things. People are in the world of world karaoke, people are represented as lips, and it's their voice. Now, for the target audience that we're going after, which is 18 to 24, and more broadly 14 to 29, the key thing here is that you've spent your entire lives connecting through appearance. You either have to dance on TikTok, look pretty on Instagram, and they're tired of it. What they want is a form of connection that is not based upon appearance, and that's what we offer them. So if you want to dance, go into TikTok. If you want to sing, go into world karaoke. So we're TikTok for voice. Now that's obviously a great concept, but you need to know your customer. So that's what we went out to do in the German market. The first thing we did was we worked with RTL to do a 2,000 person quantitative study to see whether people even wanted to sing. The short answer is yes. 82% sing in private parties and 46% duet with others. But outside of just doing that, crucially, we worked with HubRound to test out our experience with the target market. And this is what they had to say.
When you hear the bell ring, it's time to sing. Welcome to World Karaoke.
My name is Jonas.
My name is Jonathan. I'm 25 years old.
I'm 21 years old.
I am about to turn 23 in 2 months.
What we are testing today is the concept of our application.
Thank you for joining us. I'm Mike Clarkson, and this is the best part of your day. Duet!
I like the duet feature the most because it was just like fun singing with many different people.
This was maybe some really good example for globalization and how it can work.
Also maybe encourage people to sing with others because they feel confident because they are alone. But on the other side, they are still interacting and singing together with other random people. So that's really nice.
Cool. Yeah, boy.
What do you think about the sense of humor that is embedded in this application? Do you like it?
Completely sense of humor.
The app seems to be super fun, especially the voice and the visualization of the speaker.
I actually think the video is very catchy.
So I like it. You got me.
So obviously, it's great to have audiences wanting it, but then the next stage is, can you technically build it? The short answer is yes. What we've done is, because we're a low latency use case, we've been able to get to 17 milliseconds of latency by doing a test across our information being in AWS in Frankfurt, mobile checks in Dusseldorf, and then running it off the client in Bonn. And we ran it off a Samsung phone and an iPhone. And let me show you the results. So on the left-hand side, you see that we ran a TCP protocol over HTTP/H, HTTP Cloud, and WebSockets. And then we ran the same test on an iPhone on the right-hand side, running off a Wi-Fi 5G router. The most important thing to look at here is the big purple line, magenta line at the bottom. We were able to achieve 17 milliseconds latency on the Samsung, and then 34 milliseconds on the iPhone running off the Wi-Fi router. Now, in terms of the highlights that I've just, here are some other highlights, right? Our goal is to increase social connection in the new normal. We're doing that by connecting performers to listeners in real time using duets within World Karaoke. We've shown you that there's an audience that want that product, and we've shown you that we can technically achieve that in Germany. So we believe that Deutsche's role is to be the facilitator and allow this social connection to continue in the new normal using their 5G technology. And that the way that they would communicate that to a customer is by saying, sing together when you're not together. So you're saying to them that you can sustain that behavior, but we know that you're far apart, and that with us, we can still maintain that. And let me show you how we're going to communicate that. So I'm going to talk about marketing and commercial, and I'm going to start off by communicating how we're going to do this if this was a TV ad.
I see a little silhouette of a man. Scaramouche, Scaramouche, will you do the fandango? Thunderbolt and lightning, very, very frightening me. Galileo! Join in.
Duet. Ready? In 3,
I'm just
2,
a poor boy,
1.
nobody loves
Sing
me.
now.
Just a poor boy from a poor family, spared in this life from this monstrosity.
New singer.
Easy come, easy go, will you let me go?
We will not let you go. Let him go. We will not let you go. Let him go. We will not let you go. Let me go. Let me go. New singer. No, 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 no. Mamma mia, mamma mia, mamma mia, let me go. Beelzebub as a devil put aside for me. For me. For me.
So obviously you can start the communication in TV, but then how is that going to work in other channels? Remember, it's sing together when you're not together. So what happens if you're over two different sides of the motorway and you can still sing together when you're not together? In this example, they're singing Bohemian Rhapsody together over 5G live, but they're over each side of the motorway. But that could also happen at a bus stop. You can sing together when you're not together. It can also happen, guys, at a train station. It can also happen in digital. Here we have an RTL website where we're singing together when we're not together. Now, obviously, after you've taken in all of this communication and you want to do this yourself, where do you get to do it? You get to do it in store. And here is an example of the Austrian Deutsche Telekom store. And how would we make that World Karaoke? Well, it's the lips, of course. We're going to put a giant set of lip singing, singing booth so that you can sing with anyone else in any other store and you can sing together when you're not together. It can also work at festivals that Deutsche Telekom own and operate. So, or sponsor, like Lollapalooza in Berlin. It can also be used at industry events where you're looking to grab attention for new types of use case. And after you've been sold on that, how does that work commercially? So because of the target audience we're going after, which is 14 to 29 and 18 to 24 specifically, we can target specific tariff plans as an added value service. So that's the family cards plan, the mobile young plan, and the Magenta 1 plan. But we can also act as an add-on plan for our friends in other markets, whether it's Stream On, Magenta Gaming, or Magenta Music. But crucially, we also have great singing data. We know what you're singing. And because of all the amazing things Deutsche do in festival promotions and artist promotions, we can use it as a CRM promotional tool. So let me give you an example. Imagine I love singing heavy metal. I'm a massive Black Sabbath fan, Rammstein, everything. Well, I can segment that audience. And by knowing that he's a heavy metal fan or she's a heavy metal fan, I can then drive you and give you offers to win tickets to Wacken. Once you get that with Magenta Music, you can then drive people to Magenta Music and to purchase, increasing their relationship with the Deutsche Telekom brand. So what have I told you? I've said that our goal is to increase social connection in the new normal. We're doing that by connecting performers to listeners in real time, using real-time duets for world karaoke. I've shown you an audience wants to do it, and that we can technically do it, and that the way that we can communicate that to an audience is by making Deutsche Telekom the facilitator of allowing that ability to continue in the new normal by telling that audience you can sing together when you're not together. I've said that commercially, it can be an added value service, as well as we can use the data for CRM promotion. But most crucially, with Deutsche Telekom, we have the ability to deliver a form of connection that this audience sorely wants, TikTok for voice, that can be enabled only by Deutsche Telekom's 5G technology. That's it. Come back to me with what you want, what you want to sing, and thank you very much. So. Any questions, guys?
Questions?
I'm getting a lot of claps, like virtual claps. Come on, guys.
Hey, Julian, great presentation. I like the premise. You should definitely increase your target audience to 13-year-olds as well. My 13-year-old was singing ABBA on PlayStation all day long. Let's hear them in the back. But so I had a question again regarding the business model. You were implying that Deutsche Telekom would resell less. Do you also see this as a standalone? I mean, have you guys tested that as well? People willing to pay money for an app like that? Was that a question in the survey?
Yeah, Steve, my CEO will take this call. Yeah, Steve, do you want to take that?
Hi, thanks, guys. So we have a couple of different rollouts in terms of the commercial plans. So obviously we'll make this available through the standard storefronts of Apple and Google Play. Right now it's conceptualized that it would be supported via ad and advertising. That only accounts for 30% of the total revenues of running these applications. The bigger component of this is the premium items that can be purchased as a function of this. So that includes any kind of voice filters, voice augmentation software to make you sound better. Of course, we all need a little help. And also you can design different types of premium lip. So think of us doing a deal with, say, Universal, where you would actually have the Minions lips or accoutrements that fit that character. So you can specifically design your social expression as you like.
Got it. Okay, cool. Thanks.
Alex, no questions, but pure excitement. Great presentation. Thank you, Julian.
No worries. Thanks, guys. Email me with your karaoke.
That's great. Okay, so we're coming on time, and I just ran a short poll with everybody. So it looks like we have 50-50 kind of choice between everybody to have a 5-minute quick break. So with that, I think let's break for 5 minutes. It's 5:15 German time here. So let's meet at 5:20. I leave the bridge open, and I look forward to have you all back on the call.
Hi, Julian. Can you hear me? I can't hear you.
Hey, Tom.
Perfect. All right, thanks.
Yeah,
Just wanted to check if everything works. Great, thanks.
Yeah, good luck, Tom.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it was a great presentation.
Thank you.
Okay. Just a few more seconds, Tom. Coming up.
Hi.
There we go. 3, 2, 1. So here we go. We have a way to present and create and share information stories in augmented reality with Team Marble. Take it away, Tom.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Can you hear me well?
Yep.
Yeah, hi, I'm Tom from Mobile. Totally excited to be here in this cohort. We actually from Los Angeles and Germany. One of my co-founders is in Cologne. I'm here near Karlsruhe right now. So what we do at Mobile is we're building on the next evolution of the internet, which we think is a platform that allows anybody to place any kind of information, memories, and stories in the real world. Let me show you how this works. Imagine you're at your favorite holiday spot with your children, having a great time, and you want to keep that very special moment. So what you do is you take out our app, tap that little plus button, and you get a so-called marble. This is a visual marker. It works like a time capsule that stays there forever, and you can fill it with any kind of content, like a photo or a video that you just shoot right here. And with that very first use case of Marble, we are tapping into a very human behavior, which is saying we were here. And when we started this, we totally underestimated the emotional power. Let me give you another example. When we were at Techstars last year, after demo day, we hang out with the marketing managers of Red Hot Chili Peppers and Metallica. They are our mentors. And we dropped this marble here. That's Dr. Miles, with my co-founder. We dropped this marble here at this location in Hollywood, at this bar. And we didn't think much about it at that time. But when we came back later in November, we were riding on the LA Metro, and just by chance, we passed this marble. And you get a notification on your smartphone. And this was really the aha moment, because we realized it really felt like you left something of your life behind. Now imagine your parents or even your grandparents had this back when they were young, and you could literally follow their footprints through this world. This is how it would look like for my children. This looks like a random German street in a small village, but this marble actually marks the birthplace of my youngest daughter. And we have lots of these marbles now all over Europe. We love hiking, we love cycling. And the last marble I would love to show you here, it's actually a pretty sad one, because this marks the last resting place of my brother. He actually died almost 1 year ago under tragic circumstances. And he found his last rest on this one of these popular tree fields. And not only can you use the marble to find this, but also to place any kind of collective memories about him. So what Marble actually allows you is to record the story of your life. You had photo books, you had scrapbooks, you're sitting on terabytes of data, but Marble allows you to contextualize this in the real world. And when you come back and you just by chance read this, this is really a cool thing. But it's not only about these personal memories with your family, it's also about building a collective memory of the world. Now, this is a festival as we know it, but if you come back later, this is exactly the same spot in Leeds at Braham's Castle. And what if you could go back via such a marble here, go back in time and watch all these cool gigs that happened here, which is actually pretty cool. Or imagine these bands dropping marbles at every stop where they passed by in the past years, and you as a fan can follow that. And this is actually one additional level of marble, which is storytelling in the real world. So, for instance, we have this marble here in London where this famous Abbey Road cover has been shot. And we also have a true crime podcaster from Ontario, Canada, and she extends her stories into the real world. Like in this sample where she places additional content at the courthouse where this murderer got convicted. What I showed you so far is the user-generated side of marble. This is what we clearly focus on, but there is also an auto-generated part of marble, like in this sample. So we built an integration with Zillow, and you can go to any location in the States where you can rent an apartment on that platform, and you will find these Zillow marbles. And if you tap on them, you can see which apartment you can rent. And it's even cooler if you're on a rooftop, like here in LA, and you see all the marbles floating there. And this was not placed manually. This has been placed automatically. So a lot of stuff in this platform, how do we approach this market? It's pretty simple. We're gonna start with this We Were Here case. Why? Because it is both emotional and also has the lowest entrance barrier. There's no chicken and egg problem. We don't need curated content here. It's as easy as posting on Instagram. So we can scale this much quicker. And the second level will be, I found something for you. Imagine you go to Barcelona and some of your friends dropped you marbles there with recommendations for restaurants. It could also be a famous TV chef, of course. And the next level will be, I tell you a story, like in this true crime case. And finally, what we're actually heading is any information delivered to you. And if you compare this to the existing purely digital platforms, this is what you would come up. I'm not saying we're going to rule this all, but this is actually the potential we're looking at it. And over time, we will migrate from these smartphones, which are cool because there's actually 800 million AR capable devices out there. But what we're actually targeting at is when these consumer grade glasses will come out, or even contact lenses, because then this will be an always on experience. And we totally believe this will happen in 2 or 3 years from now. What's our business model? It's pretty simple. Marble will be a place of locations, people, and their interest in these locations. And out of that comes a whole bunch of business opportunities. Let me just give you 2 samples. Imagine that Nike wants to promote a certain sneaker, and they place these marbles on top of every mountain worldwide, and people can chase for them like in scavenger hunt. Or as in this Zillow example, at the moment we're just using their API, but in the future, once we have decent traction on the platform, they will actually ask us to do that. We have a strong network. We came from this Techstars background. I would particularly like to mention Warner, because Warner in Germany already mentioned they would love to work with Deutsche Telekom on this case. And if there's somebody here in the round who wants to pick that up, I'm happy to do an introduction. And with the new cohort, our network only grows bigger. So what do we do here? So far, what we could do is place any kind of photos and that stuff and YouTube videos, but what we could not do before was high bandwidth user-generated content, because we want to be the first platform, the first AR platform for everyday use with a clear focus on user-generated content. So what we built in the past 2 months is an integrated camera. It actually works in our beta version. So you can record a video on spot, like here in Cologne, and once you release that button, this marble automatically spins up and it's there forever. And this would work in 4G, but not as smooth as here because it's a bandwidth hog. Another thing we plan to build in the upcoming months is an integration with Mobile Edge, because we want to transcode these videos before they go in the public cloud, because stuff that you record on the device is not really streaming capable. And from the business standpoint, what we could think of, we have currently a limitation here, which is by intent that we limit the videos to 20 seconds. But if you have a 5G plan, we could release this, and it could also look like this, that you have a stream on marbling plan. On the content side, we partnered with a lot of influencers in the past 6 weeks. These are just some of them in Germany. I'd love to mention the lady in the middle. She's actually an LGBTQ influencer, and she not only loves Marvel because they can create a kind of hidden world for this community, but also because she is a nurse and she works with dementia patients. And she immediately gets that would be so cool for them to explore that path as well. So the people immediately come with more opportunities. This is the team that brings Marvel to you. I myself built up the European market leader for e-learning. Julius is a social marketer. He created one of the first influencer networks for Instagram and TikTok. And I would like also to point out Victor, who's our latest addition to the team from New York. He is at Warner and is one of our business angels now and very well connected to the music and the gaming industry. So as Forbes put it about 3 weeks ago, they call these kind of platforms the metaverse. They say it's coming and it's a very big deal. And I would love to invite you all to shape this future together. Thank you.
Thank you, Tom. Open for questions. Okay.
Sorry, Alex speaking. Quick question on your go-to-market. So I understand, let's say, the levels of, let's say, engagement and use cases that you would like to build up over time. How are you planning to build reach and scale for each of those use cases?
Maybe I can answer this one. So since marketing is mine. So basically what we found out, the most common thing people love to do with Marvel is drop this very personal virtual time capsules at certain locations. We started off with testimonials, gave it to influencers. Now the influencers are doing it. And we see that within, I don't know, the last 2 weeks, a lot of people picked up on just doing this as a behavior, just dropping virtual time capsules at certain locations. And for the other ones, we are doing this in a longer term, but this dropping virtual time capsules at locations is exactly what we are targeting at with our go-to-market.
Okay, thanks.
All right. Looks like we'll have follow on this one. So with that, I'd like to move on. Well, what more can I say? It's a pioneer in creating phygital experiences, physical and digital. It's fun, entertaining, at the same time sparks creativity, creating new interactive environments for the target group, which is very niche, young kids. Take it away, Dana.
Okay. Hi, everyone. I'm second to last, so we are almost finished here. Let me share my screen really quick. Okay. Okay, can everyone see my screen? Okay, so I'm Dana Loberg. I am the CEO and founder of Leo AR. And Leo AR is one of the leading consumer-facing augmented reality apps today. We allow you to choose from a wide variety of realistic 3D objects, place them into your surroundings, and interact with the new world that you've created. This is my second company. I sold our first company we sold to Snapchat. I went to Yale University, and my CTO and co-founder, we've worked together for over 8 years. And together we've always been in the consumer mobile space. We've joined also other accelerators, including 500 Startups, Stanford StartX, BetaWorks, and currently we are here in Quake Capital. So what we believe is main feature in our mobile phones today is the camera. So camera is the next platform for the next 10 years. It's one of the major features that we all use in our mobile phones. And in the past 10 years, it was all about chat. In the next 10 years, it will be all about camera. So what Instagram did to photos, Leo AR will now do for videos and augmenting videos. So this is our product demo. Like I said, you can choose from a wide variety of categories, choose your favorite objects, you tap them, they appear quickly in your scene, you record a video and you share it cross-platform. This is the existing reality that we all live in. We have pretty mundane lives. And with Leo AR, you can instantly have any scene that you want. Here's one with dinosaurs and little men. So this is kind of the exciting fun part of Leo, is like within seconds, you can have any kind of reality and new world right around you. What we've seen, what Parul was mentioning, we've definitely hit a very young demographic from ages 2 years old to 10 years old. Our app is super easy to use. Literally I've seen a 1.5-year-old tap the app, tap an object and like play around with Leo. Because it's so magical for the children. They get to see their favorite wild animals. They get to see their favorite characters from the books. They get to have unicorns and aliens and all the fun things that are going on in their head. We also see a lot of dancing and interactivity with the AR objects. Obviously, the dancing skeleton is one of the most popular objects the kids love to dance with. And it's a very family-oriented app. So it's not just the young kids that are using it. The parents really enjoy playing with their kids with Leo. And obviously the kids love playing with their siblings and friends. So it is a very broad spectrum of users who really enjoy Leo AR. But obviously the children with their high imagination are really adapting quickly to it. We also see if you don't have kids and you have pets, people are augmenting using their pets in the scenes, which is just pretty funny. One of the more surprising aspects of Leo is the adaptation into the education space. So we started to see a lot of downloads globally from teachers who were writing to us, letting us know how amazing and how easy our app was for them to use. And the students were getting re-engaged in school again. So this is all these these screenshots I'm showing you are actual videos, but because of Zoom, I did screenshots. But this is a teacher who's doing Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, and she's giving an assignment for the children in science. And then also the students are using Leo AR for their art projects. On the left side, you can see they'll be painting the background, and then they add these realistic 3D objects on top from the 2D to the 3D world, and the objects are all moving. It's pretty interesting. And then on the right side, you'll see the kid who's giving a book report. So we see a lot of presentations with Leo AR, whether they're talking about their favorite book or their favorite character in the book. And obviously this is the most common, the kids gathering around dancing and singing in pre-K and in kindergarten and beyond, because it's such a fun app for everyone to play with. So we've had quite a few achievements. One of the biggest ones for our company was being featured by Apple as App of the Day 5 times in the US and in over 200 countries globally. In my previous startup, that never happened in 4 years. So we were pretty excited to have it a few times here in the US. And we also have a partnership with Samsung. We were chosen 1 out of the 23 apps. We're like the main consumer AR app for their Made for Samsung program. So currently we have millions of videos that have been created. On average, people are spending about 5 minutes, a little over 5 minutes in Leo AR, and we have a 10% month-over-month growth in revenue. And we've definitely hit an inflection point where, you know, our product is very stable and we're ready to like scale and grow Leo in the next year. We've spent like 0 in marketing to this point. It's all been organic. So we're really excited for, you know, this accelerator in the next phase of Leo and the growth that we project. So 5G and T-Mobile and Leo. So it's the perfect combination when it comes to 5G and augmented reality, and something that we've been really excited about, both for the bandwidth and latency issues. The 3D objects are super huge files. It's not very instantaneous. It takes a while for the videos to render. So we knew when 5G was rolling out, it would be very, very exciting to really improve the usability of Leo AR for users. In addition to the bandwidth and latency, streaming is really important. There's going to be a lot of social and collaborative parts to augmented reality. So basically, when someone is creating a Leo AR video, you can live stream it to a friend so they can actually watch you create these new scenes. That definitely needs 5G to make it a better experience, as well as geolocated augmented reality, where you have objects anchored in the scene, and then people can come and add and collaborate on top of those existing scenes. It doesn't work very well today with 4G, so with 5G, we're really excited to do these more social aspects of AR with Leo. So this is the first project we are working on. It's the first time ever in history, I think this has ever been done, where you take a real-time event and it creates an AR experience automatically in your phone. So what you'll see is if you have T-Mobile, you would get a notification that your soccer team has scored a goal. You tap the notification, you'll see the AR event, and then you'll also see the AR category, the soccer category come up, and you can quickly create new AR videos. Here's the demo.
What a stunner!
Many of Köln's goals were scored by these two, Simon Terodde and John Cordoba.
It's a Terodde! I do not believe what I am seeing!
Together they have scored an impressive 48 goals between them this season. Besides incredible goals, one of their biggest highlights was the return of a player whose impressive numbers spoke for themselves in the past.
Okay, that was the real-time trigger with the soccer event of a goal. The second project, we wanted to do something a little bit more broader, and obviously birthdays is a great way to experience AR. And we have a very cool technology that allows you to recognize objects in the camera and will automatically have an AR experience. So what you'll see is when the camera is open, which it usually is around birthdays and events, it recognizes the candle, and then you'll have the happy birthday for your birthday celebration. The next partnership we've been working on is with Super RTL. They do have a big network of shows for children, and so it's actually related to both our education version and our main app. So what we've been doing is taking some branded content from one of their shows with the squirrel, creating a new category within Leo, and this allows for the children to now storytell wherever they are. If they're in the car, if they're in the bathroom, in the shower, in the bathtub, I mean, they can now have their favorite characters wherever that they want to create new stories. Here's a quick video.
Roller coaster style. I said a boom, chicka woo. I said a boom, chicka woo. I said a boom, chicka rocka, chicka woo. Oh yeah. One more time. Surfer style. I said a boom, surfer dude. I said a boom, surfer dude. I said a boom, chicka rocka, surfer dude.
So you can see, you can like resize all the objects. You can have as many objects in the scene as you want. We even have like very cool filters, very cool special effects. It's just getting better and better in the editing that people can do with the videos they create in Leo. And then lastly, the fourth project is obviously with the soccer stadiums not being able, people aren't able to attend. The mascots are a great way to bring in the fan base and allow them to like feel like they're a part of the soccer game again. So with FC Cologne, we will be making a brand new 3D version of their goat Hennis. And we'll have a whole category of Hennis dancing and doing different moves. So people can create user-generated content around FC Cologne and their favorite mascot. And I know if my my dad were still alive, he would be so excited to have a mascot that he loved to like create videos. So we're pretty excited for FC Cologne. So the business model is there's multiple ways for us to work together with brands and partners. You can obviously sponsor a category, and we do have a subscription business within Leo, which is our main source of revenue. So you can either sell the content for free, or you can make the content paid, or you can do a rev share or an ad-supported rev share. So I think there's just many ways that we can work together, and obviously something that everyone's used to is the cost per view. So this is the 10,000 views is €100. Currently our revenue growth is mostly through subscription. It's like our main priority in growing in the next year. Secondly, there could be like channel subscription categories as a second source of revenue, or a third source is through branded content. And then as a fourth source, we obviously have our education version, which is a separate app, which is $9.99 a year. So currently we've raised 2.5 million seed. We have Facebook as an investor via Giphy acquisition. The IVP partner who he did the Series B for Snapchat and is on the board of Snapchat, Great Oaks Ventures, BetaWorks, obviously Quake. And we are currently raising a late stage seed round purely focused on growth and scaling. We've raised 30% and we have 1 million left to close. And it's a 12 million note, by the way, for you guys, but it's normally 15 right now. And that's it. If you have any questions.
Thank you, Dana. That was an amazing presentation. Open for question, guys.
No questions? Okay.
Perfect pitch, looks like that. I think there must follow on, but yeah. Anybody?
So maybe just a quick follow-up question on the business model. So you said there's two ways of skinning the cat there. Where do you get most of the revenues from today? In the graph that you showed, is that all subscription based or is that rev share?
The majority of it's subscription. It's like our main revenue source. And then the secondary one will be through branded content, but our subscription is growing and doing very well. I think because of the quality of the objects and all the features that people get in Leo AR. So we're pretty happy to be growing the subscription business.
Sounds good. Yeah, sounds like you're on the right track. Congrats. Cool.
Thank
you. And also, thanks, Dana. Also, think great presentation. Coming to my standard question on, what's the role of 5G in this? And let me rephrase. So you would use 5G for, let's say, a differentiated experience through, let's say, an external live trigger. Is that what you would need the network for, or is there anything else you could do with a 5G connection?
I mean, literally everything that we want to build is not possible today with 4G. So there's just such a big opportunity for us to work with 5G and all the things that we want to build with Leo. We've been, with live AR, like you can actually have do the live AR and other people can watch. That doesn't exist today. And I think that would be a really great way to make it more of a social experience, than it being an isolated one like it is today. So we have so many ideas that we're excited to execute, but we definitely need 5G, not only for the live AR, but also for schools, to have the students share between different schools and it just doesn't work the way we really want it with 4G, like at all.
Thank you.
Yep.
Fantastic. So I think there'll be follow-on questions, Dana. So thank you so much for now. With that note, I'd like to move on to our next team who's delivering unique experiences, leveraging augmented reality to power mobile games to connect friends and families. Take it away, Francesco.
Can you hear me and see my screen? Thank you for having me here. I'm pretty excited, and we are at Midterm Demo Day. Such a great presentation. I want to thank you all the Quake team, Hubraum, Deutsche Telekom, RTL, everybody for your incredible work. I will be pretty in time. My pitch is 80 minutes and 30, so I will start immediately. I'm Francesco Frazzino, CEO and founder of Proxy42. We are the first augmented reality platform for casual and competitive mobile gaming. We connect fans, families, and friends within local communities through active, face-to-face social AR gamification. So, consumer habits changing rapidly, particularly with younger generation. The content has become highly interactive, like mobile gaming, and much more shorter in time, like the 15-second TikTok videos. Streaming games is now mainstream, and e-sport is becoming as relevant as traditional sport. Of course, all of this is impacting on live event attendance, the empty stadium syndrome, and has consequences on the revenue for sponsors, advertisers, and clubs. COVID-19 is dramatically accelerating these existing trends. However, these open doors for new opportunities, a new normal. Our platform supports sports clubs to engage with their fans on a daily and intra-daily basis with a unique 5G augmented reality experience, an experience that speaks the language of a younger fan base, a fan base that don't look anymore at TV. We also help sports clubs to monetize their fan base through digital collectibles, and thanks to the power of artificial intelligence, geolocation, and AR data, we can optimize brands and sponsor budget and support our partner in making better data-driven decisions. So here's the augmented reality market. This is the opportunity. Analysts reckon that mobile AR games will reach a potential $30 billion revenue by 2023. And the mobile game market suffering a crisis. It is growing 10% month over month, even during this pandemic. Our target market are Gen Z and millennials. And with the target in mind, we built Soccer League Live in just 2 months from scratch. Soccer League Live meets the stylish and cartoony graphics of Brawl Stars, a competitive mobile games with more than 30 million daily active users. I repeat, 30 million daily active users, with the simplified soccer mechanics of FIFA Street and Sensible Soccer to create a user experience that has a 1 minute 30 highly interactive interaction that adapts to our daily routine. We don't have time, It's real-time multiplayer, easy to play but hard to master, and allows users to video chat with their fans, friends, and even sports celebrities when they are playing the game face-to-face with augmented reality filters and VFX. Nobody's doing that. This is bringing the social experience of Snapchat and TikTok directly into mobile gaming. But the greatest feature is that, thanks to 5G and mobile edge computing, users will be able to stream their gameplay directly from their mobile to Twitch, YouTube gaming, and Facebook gaming. I mean, concurrently, at the same time, to reach an additional audience of 1 billion of viewers every month. So, what you saw in the video has been executed in just 2 months from scratch. I'm glad of having such a great team. And our goal has been to create a use case that can be rolled out on 4G network and will upsell 5G to a broad market like the one of mobile gaming. So why 5G is the king here? Because it unlocks reliable, ultra-low latency, multiplayer, augmented reality gameplay. Gamers really hate when game lags. The ability to stream HD on the go on all the social streaming networks without the need to set up microphone, cameras, lighting, streaming servers. Everybody can do that with just one tap on their mobile device. And ultra-low latency video chat with augmented reality filter and VFX can be unlocked only with 5G technology during the gameplay. So we have worked closely with Mobile GX and are already implemented this feature in a technical demo we showed to Brown last Friday. But Soccer League Live will be much more than that. What you see here is a real map of real world, like Pokemon Go. The user will play with their idols as the main game character inside the football arena. Nobody is allowing to be the first hero of a game. We are doing that as a marketing strategy. And he will also walk around in the street in this daily life with them. You mean when you're going back to school, when you're going to school, coming back from work, you have always that 1 minute 30 that you want to escape from your reality. So you will be able to conquer opponent stadium and branded power-up and branded point of interest like shops and malls. Proxy 42 has a multi-year experience in creating such location-based game. The biggest monetization opportunity comes from digital collectibles of real and fictional football players, but also digital collectible of branded power-up to be revenue share with our partners. For football clubs and federations, they are very excited about this program. This is a great opportunity to engage with their fans and monetize their social media efforts, but also make better data-driven decisions thanks to the data generated by using Soccer League Live. Let me show our business model. It's super simple. Soccer League Live is freemium and will be downloadable for free on App Store and Google Play. We support clubs to engage with their fans, monetized by digital collectibles, native advertising, and merchandising. Bringing just 2 million of users, clubs can monetize with us $30 million per year to be revenue share. We are very excited by the opportunity you gave us in participating on this program, I must say honestly. Partnering together with Deutsche Telekom and RTL can give Proxy 42 a great market access. We have also leading football clubs and IP holders in pipeline. Truly excited to partner with us because we are already aligned with our value proposition and the business model. This means massive distribution channels that will be further viralized by the streaming of the videos and the network effect. And as a conservative projection, we can reach $300 million revenue per year with 20 million of users and with near zero customer acquisition cost. So how we can cooperate together with Deutsche Telekom? Deutsche Telekom can be our distribution partner in Germany and NatCo's territory and can support us via training channels, advertising for the 5G rollout, co-marketing effort, pre-installation, but also Proxy 42 can port Soccer League Live to be compatible with Magenta Cloud Gaming platform and build the first XR cloud game of the platform. So, an ambitious project, and we have a great team with more than 10 years experience in AR and gaming, and top-notch advisor like Rick Allen. Craig created the first Call of Duty, the multi-billion-dollar number 2 or number 3 video games of all the time. And Andreas Schicker is a former VP of eSport in Logitech. We are doing all the influencer marketing part together with him. Both joined us, our team, because they are trusted us and trust our disruptive vision. But we have also track record. With our previous use case, Fodder.io, think Pokemon Go meets Fortnite, we reached 5 million organic downloads and 800,000 revenue without spending any money in advertising. It was a top 1% Kickstarter campaign and positioned us as AR market leader in game and entertainment, according to the leading market analyst VR Fund and DigiCapital. How? Well, we understood that empowering people to feel like a hero or a superhero and part of an amazing community just work. So here's the master plan. By end of September 2020, we'll be ready for the demo with Deutsche Telekom and RTL. We will finalize commercial deals with clubs and federations by Q4 2020 to raise a Series A round before the end of the year. We will launch our platform by Q1 2021 with an end of year milestone of $5 million AR. To recap, we have an experienced team that built a truly amazing augmented reality platform, and we have a clear path to market. Now we are looking for $600,000 in convertible note, of which $200K already secure. We will use this fund to secure commercial deal with clubs and federation, implemented a money-making machine with minimal risk. We will acquire talent to help us scale and monetize our platform and expand our presence in California. So this is our opportunity. I am delighted to answer your question.
Thank you, Francesco. That was amazing, as always. Open for questions.
Francesco, first off, I gotta, congratulations to the presentation, and you look much better than the 4 tech CEOs yesterday in front of the subcommittee antitrust commission thing there. But yeah, quick question. So have you guys done any validation, any pre-tests on this new game? What's the feedback from consumers so far in terms of graphics, gameplay, etc.?
Very interesting question. We started 2 months ago from scratch. Of course, we have access, thanks to Father.io, to a community of 100,000 beta testers that we can access from time to time. We just chatting with them because they are in our network. Everybody was impressed. We tested even with 8-year-old kids, relatives, and we discovered that the idea of mixing Brawl Stars with soccer and do it well was something really great. With football clubs and partners that we discussed so far, they basically get it immediately, and it was like, oh, finally something that can help us doing social networking and receiving a check for doing that. Because Mark Zuckerberg never gives us a check for our social network effort.
Very well, cool. All right, thanks.
Thank you.
Okay. So I'm assuming there'll be follow-on questions and meetings, Francesco. So our priority today was to introduce our teams in a way that keeps focus on the work they do and what they have to say in a broader audience. And with this midterm digital demo day, we also celebrate their tireless work that they have put into growing their businesses, practicing their pitches, and getting ready for today, together with the mentors for the last few months. And believe me, when I say this, we would not have been able to pull this together without the support of all the partners and mentors. They have put in a lot of work together. So I really greatly thank you individually. I know I can't take everybody's names here, but I really appreciate you guys and all your support to all our teams. With that, I'd like to hand it over to Priscilla to say a few words.
Well, this has been so exciting. First of all, I'm Priscilla Pesci. I'm the Global Managing Partner of Quake Capital Partners and co-founder of Quake Europe. A vision that began with Kai Bula as a co-architect of this program that we've magically built with our amazing partners. first of all, I want to applaud all of the teams to see the amazing progress that all of you have made in such a short period of time under the most challenging circumstances. So it's an honor. I think this is what happens with the power of strong partnerships and the right configurations of vision, talent, teamwork, and ultimately just hard grit. To acknowledge the fact that this also happened across numerous time zones at 1 o'clock in the morning for some of our team members and 7 a.m. for some of us on the West Coast. So, and it's been quite exciting. To that end, I also want to acknowledge the amazing job that the Quake team has done as well, especially led by Perul in Cologne, the Cologne team with Mikhail and Gautam, and then of course Rhea and me are in Los Angeles, and Kai of course is in Cologne as well. So I also want to send a special thanks, because this program wouldn't happen of course without the profound support of our founder Glenn Arkenbright and our partners Amy Coveney, Jason Fernandez as well. And a special thank you to Mark and Haunan, who do back office for us and contribute significantly to the success of the Quake network. So with that, thank you so much for being here. And I hope that you are as impressed by the midterm as I am. And we look forward to your questions and your feedback. So thank you.
Thank you, Priscilla. All right. So it looks like we made up for the lost time and not running over too much. Thank you so much for joining today, everybody from everywhere in the world, and Paul for dragging along so far today with us. And I wish you all a great day ahead and a great evening. And we hope to stay in touch after this midterm demo day. Of course, the mentors will continue to support the teams, and the further follow-on questions will continue. And with me and Priscilla, we are here to support with any other questions that you may have on the program, on the teams from the Quake team side. We thank you all for joining us today from everywhere. And we look forward to staying in contact with you. Thank you so much, everybody.
Thank you, everybody. Great job.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Bye. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone.